Okay, can I use this time?
You may use this time.
Okay.
2 minutes.
I was with Debbie Chin today. She's my hairdresser. She's had a couple segments on this podcast now of things that she's told me while I'm in her seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she was telling me, she's like, well, don't you know that in Japan right now, you can buy a house for $1,000 because they're trying to import breeders. They're about to go extinct. I said, whoa.
The people?
Yes.
Their fertility rate is horrible over there.
I said, what are you talking about? So her POV is not a fertility thing. She's saying it's also just socialization is at a rapid decline. And let me tell you what they're doing about it. Okay. We were talking about parasocial relationships, kind of like what you're talking about with this her necklace thing. Particularly like young men and video games and like posting up, and not developing relationships. Just technology is ripping us away from each other. There is a profession in Japan called older sister. So you can be employed as an older sister. And they did some psychological research to see okay, so you can't have a motherly figure come in or a fatherly figure come in because those are two what would you say? They're two in your face.
Potentially domineering.
Yeah. So a lot of these men in Japan, I'm not saying this is a generalization or whatever, but it's apparently an epidemic. But they're just living in their apartments with pizza boxes stacked up and they're playing video games and they're not leaving. They're not contributing to society, getting jobs, talking to people, meeting people. They're just literally living in there and their families are paying for them to live because they're like, we want this person to eventually get out of it. And so they hire an older sister. Okay?
Yeah.
And so it's like a woman that comes, they start messaging you first. They'll text you.
Hi, baby brother. What's up?
And then eventually they'll get to maybe calling or, whatever. It just slowly progresses. And then eventually they'll show up at your house and they'll just whisper at the door. And then they'll knock at the door.
So they never come in?
Hold on.
Oh.
Then they'll slide notes under the door. Eventually they'll crack the door and they go inch by inch by inch. And this is over a series of multiple visits. This isn't in one sitting. And then eventually they'll be invited in, and then that person hopefully makes a decision to go out and socialize and integrate back into society.
That just seems like you're trying way too hard. I don't think it's going to be that hard to get guys out of the house. I don't think we have to have this huge coup of sisters. No. Also, a lot of these guys are going to be like, I'm going to think I'm in love with my sister. And it's going to get awkward for no reason.
I'm really confused.
Jeez Louise. That's crazy.
That is.
Isn't that crazy?
I wonder if that, how bad could it possibly be?
Well, have you seen the restaurants now? There's a ton of restaurants popping up where they do urinal stalls where they put dividers. So when you sit down with your vending machine ordered ramen, they literally, it's blocked off so you're not disturbed. And you literally just sit down. You don't see the person your food is handed through a slot and you're just in a complete isolation because apparently they don't want to.
Come on, Japan.
And this wasn't done intentionally?
She said it's not just Japan either. She said it's creeping its way into South Korea as well.
Mm.
Do we not think that's a purposeful thing from the government?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's a culture you build.
Yeah, for sure.
That's something that you reward.
Yeah.
That's something that you've built together. I don't know. That seems weird to me. I don't feel like humans naturally ever want to be secluded. And so it's almost like if there's just a certain societal build up, this is what you do. This is how we've always done things. And it just keeps progressing into more isolation. I don't know.
That's wild.
That is.
That's a crazy thing just to learn at the hairdresser.
I know. I haven't done any research into it. This is all Debbie Chin.
What is it called? Hired sisters?
Older sister.
Older sister?
Google Japanese older sisters.
And then if that doesn't work.
Don't Google that.
That's the whole prank.
What are you looking at?
And if that doesn't work, they're just going to start doing older brothers, and they just going to have a higher guy to just beat the crap out of you in your room. And get outside!
I was asking Debbie, I'm like, do you think that you could do that? She's like, I think I'd crush at being an older sister. And I'm like, I would be like, open the door! Let in! That's the kind of older sister I am.
Dude, you just need hire squatters, dude.
Yeah.
Just to come in your house. You're like, I'm not leaving till you leave.
Do you think we could order you a dad?
Rental dad. Dude, can I pick though? Can I go through some?
I mean, technically Takashi is
dude, he will forever.
your Japanese father.
I will always take that. He will be my Japanese father.